Welcome to this afternoon school club. If you've never watched anything about us before, definitely check us out on dspace.org. We're in the Omaha area. We have lots of classes online for the pandemic, or if you really need to do some computer stuff, you can definitely check us out in 72nd and Dodge. Monday through Thursday, we have a different theme, and on Mondays, we do design. One more thing I need to talk about here before we get started. On Twitch side, I have a bot, unless I misspelled it. Hmm. Okay, well, it's not working. I just got the spot going, but we also have Beanstack. Beanstack is like this website that's like used along with lots of other libraries, where they like have all their prizes on there because like the other local libraries maybe near you maybe do some raffles and drawings and stuff like that. But here, not so like we have it here too. It's a little bit different. It's not like as many books you have to read, but now it's just classes you go to, kind of like books, and you can enter to win prizes. It's just a little bit more engagement. Oh, and there's also activities there to do. Okay, now going back to this here, we're doing pixel art animation on here. I just went to pixel.org here. I'm gonna try to zoom in here on the name. No, come on. There you go. I got like a little window down here that shows thing, but if I go up here, it says pixel.draw. I'm gonna fix this up a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Yeah, but the website name up here is pixelart.draw. Pixelart.com/draw if you want to check it out. You can definitely see some things over there. I am gonna go ahead and put that on here. And start a new drawing. When you go to the website, I'll try to give you a tutorial, just click close. I'm actually gonna bring this down to like 25 pixels. So if you don't know what a pixel is, it's that little dot on your screen. It's really hard to see now because we have so much higher resolution. I'll explain what resolution is soon, but if you ever looked at like really, really old games from the 80s, probably before the time you were born, everything was in giant squares. And that's because each of those squares was one light bulb. One really tiny little light bulb on the screen that would turn on and change colors based on what the computer is telling it to do. So that's what a lot of Pixar came from, was from like the retro style of older games that had that. So you'll see a lot of modern games with it, even though they could have, much, much more detailed stuff. And what resolution is, I was about to say it's higher resolution, but what resolution is, it's how many pixels there are across the screen. You'll hear things like 720p, 1080p, and now 4K. That's like 40,000 pixels. No, 4,000 pixels square across the length and the width for the whole area. Yeah, it used to be 1040 an hour, like getting really detailed here. But yeah, a lot of people still work in pixel art because it is quite charming. I'm just gonna go back to Pixel again because I just remembered that they have um like this little gallery. I'm gonna go to that gallery here. Yep, there it is. So like you can see some of these are like there's like high resolution pixel art and low resolution pixel art. High resolution pixel art is where there's a lot more. It's actually called 8-bit art and 16-bit art. I'm not gonna go into that. But like the basically that smaller the like that square is, the higher resolution it is. I'm trying to find something that's like low resolution here, because that's what we're gonna go for here. I guess that's more low res. Try to find like super low res. Like there's this whole art thing too where some people only work with like very small spaces and other people don't. Um, that lion is really high. It's actually, wow, man. Man, this is hard to find. There we go. This one right here, is definitely low res. We can see each of those squares in there. You can see, you can count the pixels. You can count the pixels of this bird right here, practically, and you can count the pixels on this girl. And you notice it's animated right in here. So I'm gonna go into animation. So now I'm going back in here. I'm going 25 by 25 pixels here. Also, you could definitely make something with me. Maybe share it. Again, I'm at pixelart.draw with an I instead of an E for the second part. It's free to use. That's why I'm using this. I mean, there used to be the days where people use Paint, but there's a program on here. But yeah, we can work on this. So I'm just doing a drawing. I could just click new drawing. This will clear current drawing. Yep, there we go. Now I've like, see this grid here? That represents a pixel throughout here. Even though it's not a single pixel to film the space here, it's just, again, that's the art style we're calling now. It's based on an older thing that we had. I'm gonna move this a little bit more down. There we go. I don't really have a good spot for this magnifier. Yeah, so I could draw something here. I'm gonna start drawing something. So this is like a basic drawing program. Again, you can totally interact with us on Facebook and Twitch. Forgot to say that in general, but this is like a generic art. Like I can just draw by left clicking here. If you have a tablet, you just click on the space. There's a pencil on the left side, and there's a eraser. I can erase things. It also has like a paintbrush in here that does like different kind of like effects. There's a line tool if you really need it. Square tool, circle, paint bucket for filling entire areas that are all the same color. Little eyedropper. Stuff and except like it's a little thing to move things around. Like you might have seen things on like other art programs before, maybe not. They had a gradient tool and there's like a stamp tool where they got like some art and I can like stamp things. The little cat here. Even like eyes. Wow, it's huge. Like all that stuff in here. Now I'm gonna move this over here. Oh yeah, I could just have it right there. There you go. It's except for it's behind my face. Just gonna have it on that side right now. But you got colors on the right side you can choose from. On the left side here, you can, you know, like double click on here and click on this like color cube in here to pick a color and you select color. And then, yeah, you can get some color palettes in here. There's these sidebars right up here. Where's layer? It's like on the right side here. Since I'm just illustrating, I'll put this little magnifying thing on the box. But it's like on the right side here. It's got preview. Up here, it's preview of your whole image. There's layers, options for the different tools that changes based on what you select here. So if I select rainbow right here on the right side, I can click in here, and as I keep going, come on. I'll just do a pencil rainbow color. There we go. Now as I'm going through, like, it changes color. It's just got some tools. And then there's like this little slider underneath rainbow color and such that changes the size so I can make bigger, fill in bigger areas. And there's like a little tab for tools, and that changes based on the tool you've selected on the left side. Okay, don't have any questions? I'm gonna move on here. I'm actually gonna start over here. I'm gonna go file, new. I'm gonna start with, I guess 32 by 32. There we go. And bring this down. So for animation here, what animation is frame by frame drawings that changes over time. There's also stop motion animation where you take a bunch of pictures. If you think about film as animation, it's just a lot of pictures that going really, really, really fast. But hand drawn animation is where they have a bunch of paper, stack on top of each other, and draw on each page slow different changes over time. And then like we'll do a flip book and we'll change it. Nowadays, it's based on just a bunch of slides that you draw on. So I'm just gonna draw a line anywhere on the page. You can do that too. Oh, I'm on the move. Just gonna start right over here and just have this little line here. I'm just gonna have a line move and that's it. That's the first thing to practice for animation. Now at the bottom of the screen, my camera is covering it right now. But if you look on the preview thing, it's like on the bottom left, right here, there's a thing called add frame, copy frame, preview. You want to click add frame right there. So add frame, and then you get like this whole bar at the bottom. I have my magnifying glass on it right now. I'm gonna shrink my browser a little bit so it's easy to see. There we go. And boop. Boop. There we go. So you can kind of see. Oh, nope, my face is still covering it. Bring it up a little bit more. There it is. See, there's like this little bar at the bottom of the animation. So this is a slide right here. And that's another slide. There's a thing called add frame right there. And I keep adding frames. So what it does is I go through the animation. It just kind of like goes through it really fast. Like it shows this picture and then this picture and this picture and this picture and next picture. Like it's just going through a bunch of pictures here all the way down. And at the bottom is the speed here. Okay? So before I start drawing lines, I'm going to talk more about each of the tools so I can go back to full screen here. So add frame to add more frames. Right next to it says GIF frames, 1 out of 8 because there's 8 frames in total. There's copy frame. So if I want a specific frame in here, if I click on the first one, this one's blue highlighted here, I can just click copy frame and that copies all the way at the end. Except for I didn't want to copy that frame. Come on. Oh, it's right here, number 2. It's right next to it. So there it is, copied frame right in there. Now, if you don't like that frame, you can just delete it with this trash can right above it. Or if you want that frame in a different spot, there's these arrows right here. Like normally in other programs, you like drag it over, but you have to use these arrows right here to move it back and forth. Yeah, and I'm just going to delete that one. And then next to that is preview. Just previews what the animation looks like. You can see that this is appearing again because there's nothing on the other frames. And in preview size is that if you want it like actual size, so I switched it one by one and I click preview. Now it's super tiny because that's the actual size. And then switch back to preview size here. There we go. And going back full screen. Okay, so I'm just going to delete my other frames. Okay. Now, you may see that I switch this frame to the next, that there's like a little grayness right there. If you don't have that, you need to go to settings and enable a thing called onion skinning. Onion skinning is a thing where like you can see through the different frames. Like you have a light box underneath it and you got paper on top and you can see what's behind that paper to the other, so you can like copy exactly what that line is before you make new changes. Settings, hard to see, it's at the top left. I'm gonna bring this down here. Your settings right here. Click on settings and you have settings, and if you scroll down, there's a thing called onion skinning. There it is, and you can toggle on and off. And you can also do tapped onion skinning where it's like on top of everything. And I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to have that there for now. Okay. Now we're going to start animating. So I made a little line here. Now I go to my next frame. So I see this here. And then I'm just going to add more to it. And then I add another frame. Go for here. It's like a darker gray. And I go all around. I'm just trying things out here. And then I add a frame. I have it move a little bit. So it's from there. And then add another frame. Just kind of moving around slowly. You don't have to worry about, any of the principles of animation at all. We're just getting something to move on the screen. That's it. Just add frame. Change your drawing a little bit. Add frame. Change your drawing frame. Try to make it look like it's moving. And try to do little changes, not like really long, because if you do a lot of big changes in a few frames, your animation's going to go by really fast. But if you do a lot of frames with really small changes, your animation's going to go really slow. So you have to find that balance. Okay, and then add frame, and then add frame, and down here, add frame. Come on, go down. There we go. Now I'm gonna preview. It's going by really fast, but it's kind of moving around. See, like one of the frame is kind of really slow here. I think I have duplicates of that one. It's just kind of going down here. And it's really choppy. How do we make it smoother? I could do more character animation, but I'm just gonna, sorry, I can mass select all this. Nope. I'm gonna delete it all and start over here. Let's try making it smoother. So I do little changes at a time. Yeah, I'm gonna make this really straightforward. It's just a line going from the upper left to the lower right. Because animation can take a while. Oh, I copied frame. Delete. Add frame. Just go, yeah. Like, it really depends. Like, if you want really nice movie animation, there's like a whole lot of rules you gotta learn. Look up the principle of animation if you really want to get into animation. But otherwise, yeah, we're just making small movements over time here. We're not going to go into any specifications at all. Just slowly moving things here. Almost there. Okay, and we preview. Kind of see how a lot slower that is now? Before it was just like jumping everywhere, but I kind of just did a really simple animation there to come and like make a little to show off. You know, more frames you have, the slower your animation is, and the smaller changes you make, the more smoother it is, but it can be a lot slower. And it just goes through the screen. Okay. I'm gonna start a new drawing again. That was just practice. I'm gonna go with 100 by 100 here. And I'm gonna make, what should I do? I'm gonna look for the stamps here. If you wanna like start with something without drawing a lot, you can just click on the stamp tool on the left side here. So I'm just gonna try to find something here. I think another common one is, why is that so huge? Is there any way I can, okay, good. I'm gonna make her blink. I'm just doing a simple animation here. You can totally try out walking. Look up walk cycles if you want to learn some walking stuff. But I'm gonna make her slowly blink. And I'm gonna be copying frame here. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 frames, not blinking. And then the next frame, start blinking. So I'm just gonna do a really easy blink here. So I'm just gonna erase from the top. Oops, that's not the color. Oh, I have rainbow mode on, don't I? Huh? Yeah, I have rainbow on somewhere. There it is. There we go. And I'm just erasing the top here. And copy frame. There's some copying frames and erasing the top here. And then copy frame. Erasing the top up here. Copy frame. Just bring it all the way down. In fact, I can just use the line tool. And then a copy frame, go across. Copy frame and going across. Now this part's tricky because there's like blushing cheeks. Copy frame, go the way across. Actually, wait, undo. And go all the way across. Okay, and then copy frame. I'm gonna go back and fix what's going on with the blushies. What? Apparently I didn't include this side right here. There we go. And then copy frame. And then this next part right here. Okay. So I need to keep that part right there. Okay. So I'm going to go back to where the blushes started going down here. Grab that color. Okay, so that's that one. And the next one, I'll include that right there and there. And then the next one, just filling in the holes here. And the next one, right there. Okay, I'm going to preview. I might delete a few frames in between because it looks like she's just, her eyes are just going away. Or I can make the animation a little bit faster by just clicking this little time thing at the bottom of each frame here. And preview. A little bit better. Still kind of weird. So I need to make some changes here. Okay, preview. I just copied a bunch of lane frames before she starts blinking. Copy. Copy frame again, just the part where before. Yep, there we go. That's a little bit better. Now to adjust where the blinking starts. So I'm gonna keep that frame. I'm gonna delete every other frame here. Here's that. That. Delete this one right here. I'll delete that frame. Definitely gonna delete that frame. Okay, and then preview. That's a little bit better. Okay, and then I'm gonna take that color. Increase my pixel size. Nope, that's way too much. Still way too much. There we go. By 2. I'm gonna adjust the eyes a little bit as it comes down. Take that part off. And then taking a little eye shine off of it. And then, you notice as the eyelashes go away as it coming down. So, I'm gonna try to keep the eyelashes. Okay, and then preview. I feel like it's too fast now. I'm just adjusting the time at the bottom now. There we go. Just bring it up to 100. Yeah, and then now preview. Yep, there we go. That's the speed I want. So yeah, a lot of animations just trying over, just doing a lot of small changes over time. Okay, and then now I need to, get them to open their eye back up. Now that part is just a bunch of copying frames. I don't have to do a lot of adjustments here, but I have to make sure I'm copying the right frames. So I'm gonna grab this last one here, go one before that, copy frame, and then I have to move it over. So now you can see on the right of 12 to 13, it's going bigger. So now I need to copy that frame, copy frame, and then move it all the way to the other side. And then grabbing this frame right here, number 9, copy frame, and moving all the way to the other side. 15, and then 8, copy that frame, moving all the way to the end. Okay, that was 8. And then 7, copy frame, move it all the way to the end. Now preview. And there we go. Now we got a blinking girly animation right here. There is a little weird thing at the end. Like her eyes kind of go to the side at the end. I didn't realize there's some pixels there. So I am going to adjust that part. I think, yeah, right about here. Um, and then, so 13. Okay. And then I'm going to preview it. There we go. That looks a little bit more natural now. Of course, there's totally much more things I could do here. I could definitely make this way much more smoother. I can make it slower. I can make it like where I blink once and then blink like 2 more times really fast. I could make the hair like blow in the wind or stuff, or I can add like some twinkling sparkles. But yeah, that's how I got it. So if you're, satisfied with your animation, you can download it by going all the way top to download. You can see in the lower right below the browser, it says download. Click download, and you can download as a GIF or a sprite sheet. Sprite sheet is for like putting in like another file, like in Photoshop or some other program, like a game program, or the frames for something like Photoshop or something. I'm just gonna download GIF. Here we go. It's downloaded, and there it is. Yeah, the reason why the pixel art's around it's kind of weird is because I did shrink it down because it was really big. It's kind of like a vector image. It's weird. Yeah, there we go. Got a blinking animation. Okay. If you're watching, you got any questions or want to say, hey, that's cool, or hey, that's lame, totally interact with me on Facebook or on Twitch. Hey. In the meantime, I'm going to do another new drawing here. I'm going to go with 100 here. No, 32 by 32, yeah. Let's make a ball bounce. I'm going to do a simple ball bounce. So not as fun, but I'm going to try it out. A little smaller. There we go. I'm using the move tool, so I'm just trying to get this centered. Yep. No. Accidentally pasted in the thing there. 1, 2. So a lot of, if you're just more into pixel art instead of just the animation side of this, you could totally do this with a lot of the style animation I did with a lot of other things, but the art style, pixel art, includes a lot of pixel counting. So I'm gonna have to count all the way from here. 1, 2. So, oh, wait, 1, 2, 10, 11. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like I have an odd number of pixels here, so it's not gonna be centered. If I had an odd number, I would be able to center it because this is an even number of pixels up here. What color should I make this, guys? Guess I'll just do orange. Oops. There we go. So I got a little orange ball there. So I'm gonna say this is the height. With a ball bounce, you're just basically making it go down over frames and then it goes back up. So I'm just gonna copy frame, make it like it's floating in the air just a little bit. And then after frame 5, I'm gonna start moving. So I'm using the move tool and my arrow keys because I'm just literally just copy the frame here. Bringing it down a little bit. And copy frame. Bring it down a little bit more. You notice I'm not going 1 over, I'm going a little bit more than that because I want it to go faster. So the less drawings for the action, the faster it is. Copy another one, bring that a lot further. Copy frame, bring it all the way down. And then preview. Okay, so I got a ball bounce there. I'm going to delete one of the beginning frames. There we go. Preview. I got a ball bounce there, but it's kind of boring. It doesn't feel real. It feels very fake. So I could do, like I could, repeat the action for when it's coming up and keep going back and down, but I don't want to do that yet because I want to make some changes to it. So there's a thing in animation called squash and stretch. Basically when it's air, it's like really thin it up, and when it's on the ground, it's like flat like a penny. So I'm going to go to the part where it hits the ground right here. And I'm going to select it with the select tool and squish it. Here we go. And then I'm going to move it about right there. Grab. It's like really squished ball at the end. And then preview. So it feels a little bit better, but maybe we should start squishing a little bit right before it hits the ground. So I got that one right there. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna grab my select tool I'm gonna squish it, but not as much as I did before. Need to undo that. Sorry about that. I had a weird radio thing there. There you go. That should be more even. Yeah. So I got a little squish there. There's another thing I forgot about the other. I'm gonna fix it soon. So as the ball's coming down and squish, you don't want it to lose, mass. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. You can just make it squish, and that's it. I'm gonna make it a little wider. No, that's too wide. Yeah. Right here, and then done. You make a comparison. My next anime frame there. So you bring it down a little bit more, about right here. Okay, and then right here, I need to make it wider. I forgot to do that. There we go. Here to there. This is going to be my circle, and I'm actually going to stretch it up a little bit as it goes to the top. Wait, no, I did the wrong thing here. Okay, so before it hits the ground, it actually needs to stretch. And at the top, it's a circle. Oh wait, nope, undo that. Undo that. I'm gonna move that over there. Copy this frame because it doesn't need to stretch until it goes into the air. No. I keep changing my mind here. It's about right there. I'm gonna watch this animation again. Okay, good. I'm gonna grab this one right here. About right, yep, there. And I'm gonna stretch it. So basically I'm gonna make it skinnier, but taller. And my skinny and then tall. There we go. And then I need to move it up right here. And fill in the space. And then I'm gonna preview. So now it's got a little bit more oomph at the end right there. Okay. I'm gonna grab this one right here. Just gonna squish it a little bit. So in 1 pixel, out 1. And nope. I'm gonna try to center it a little bit. It's gonna be hard because kind of odd and even amount of pixels here going on. Hey, now it's like kind of got that squish thing going on. I'm gonna make the squish part last a little shorter on time. In preview. Yep, that's better. Okay, now I'm gonna start duplicating frames. So I'm gonna duplicate the one before the squish. I only want the squished one to be there for a little bit. And copy frame, move it at the end. Copy this frame and move it to the end. Copy that frame, move it all the way to the end. And then I just need to copy that frame and move it at the end. Here we go, in preview. I'm gonna delete some of the early frames. Here we go, and preview. There we go. That's a little bit better. But the speed's kind of slow because I don't make a lot of changes. So I'm actually going to bring it up to 150 milliseconds. Because I could duplicate frames and do some more in-between changes, but oh, that's longer. I did the wrong way. Need it faster. And preview. There we go. I could do a few more things in here to give it some more oomph to it. There's one thing I will do, but for the sake of time, I'm not. There we go. That's a little better. But yeah, there we go. Now we got a bouncy ball animation if you want to do something more complicated. But otherwise, that is it for today. Thank you very much for watching today's Design It. Definitely go over to Beanstack and complete today's challenge of watching this, and you get to enter a chance to win prizes based on how many badges you earn. Otherwise, have a good afternoon, everyone.